You know, over 2 million elderly people are known to fall victim to elder fraud every year, and it can be difficult to even detect when you are being victimized. Experts, they believe that many elderly victims go unreported, as some may not even realize the fraud until a family member or a caregiver steps in. There are many types of these scams that are targeted at the elderly, and having an awareness is the first step into protecting yourself or your loved ones. And so what I want to do is I want to go over some common scams and signs that spell tricky, if you will, and what to do if you or a loved one is being scammed. The first one I want to discuss is I want to talk about Medicare and Social Security scams. Scammers, what they do is they misrepresent these government programs to trick the elderly victims into sharing personal information. And in some cases, they may pretend to be that representative. They might promise to improve benefits, ask for the victim's information, ask for bank account information, and then once this information is shared, it is then used to commit fraud. And it's so important to know that Medicare and Social Security will never call you to sell you anything. The agencies will also not contact you for personal information unless you have called them first. And so if you are unsure about a call, simply hang up, find that agency's real phone number on a statement or online, and call the agency back directly. It's also always good practice to check your Medicare and Social Security statements regularly for anything that would be unusual. Let's talk about sweetheart scams. Unfortunately, many lonely or widowed elderly people fall victim to the sweetheart scam, and this happens every year. Here, what scammers do is they pose as a love interest online. They form a relationship with the victim virtually, expressing their love, and then they ask for money. And since the relationship is already established and the victim sees this person as a boyfriend or a girlfriend, they often send them cash. And often that amount of money can total thousands of dollars. By the time a family member intervenes or the elderly person realizes this individual is a fake, it's very difficult to get that money back. And so if you meet someone online, find out if they are who they really say they are. It's always a red flag if an online friend does not want to meet in person or use video chat. If they want to meet in person, you know, it'd be wise to take a friend or a family member if you're meeting them for the first time. So if you believe that a loved one has fallen victim, be empathetic and try to ask more questions. If you find it necessary, you can also ask for power of attorney, and that can grant you easier access to their accounts so you can check for anything suspicious. Let's talk about grandparent scams. This is the popular scam. This is where imposters, they call pretending to be the victim's grandchild or someone holding a grandchild hostage. They demand a ransom in return for the grandchild being let go. Often the grandparent immediately transfers the money to make sure their grandchild is safe before they realize it was a scam. Reports have found that this scam makes the most money, on average for the scammer, nearing $9,000. If you receive a phone call like this, the first thing to do is try to remain calm, right? While the thought of a grandchild being in trouble is frightening, it's also important to confirm the situation. So before you send any money, try calling the grandchild or the parent directly to see if they are in trouble. And if you discover that the call is a scam, report that phone number to your local police department. Let's talk about phishing and telemarketing scams. Elderly people are often victims of various phishing and telemarketing scams, whether they are via email or over the phone. These scams usually ask victims to share personal information such as name, address, birth date, banking information, and more. And the scammers can then use this information to impersonate the victim or steal funds. So elderly people who are not comfortable with the computer may be quick to click on malicious links that download malware or viruses that expose that information. And so if you receive a phone call asking for personal information, think twice before sharing. If you are unsure, hang up and call the institution directly. And when using email, don't click on any links or open any attachments in an unsolicited email. Even if you think that you know the sender, think twice before you click. If you are concerned about a loved one that is being scammed in this manner, educate them on how to check emails for fraudulent links. You know, the first step in protecting yourself is understanding that these scams, they do exist. Awareness allows you to think twice before taking action on a phone call or an email. And if you believe that you may be a victim of a scam, confide in a family member or a friend you trust. You should always contact your law enforcement as well. Remember, these scams are designed to trick you, so don't be embarrassed or ashamed if you have been, a victim here. Hey, thanks for tuning in. Please like this video and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more to come on educational videos, investments, retirement, and finance. Thanks for watching.